Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here with my 2010 Honda Pilot, and the job being done today is replacing the rear engine mount. As you can see, I have the rear engine mount outside the car, and this is the new mount. The other one I already put it inside, and I just wanted to share with you an easier way that I found to remove the mount from the car, and it's actually going through the bottom. And I took this mount out together with the bracket, and then I have the screws for the bracket right here. So I'm just going to screw the new one back onto the bracket and then mount it inside the car. So I'll go underneath and I'll show you how I was able to get it out. Notice inside the car, I didn't do anything from the top here because I thought that it would be a little bit much. Most of the videos that I've seen online, they bring the mounts to the top, but I just had an idea that it could be done a little bit easier from underneath the car. So I decided to give it a try, and it worked really well. So I'm going to go underneath the car now, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. Okay, so we're under the car now, and you can see that the frame of the car, I've dropped the frame, and that's basically how I was able to get the mount out through the bottom, by dropping the frame. I had to take off the cross member, which goes across the car here, for 14 bolts. Takes that cross member out, and you can see it's right over there. So I took off the cross member. I disconnected the flex pipe. You can see the flex pipe sitting there. There can be a challenge with getting the bolts out, getting these nuts off for the flex pipe, but because I kind of just installed it back after doing an overhaul on the engine, it wasn't too difficult to get it back off. So I took off the flex pipe, and I was able to support the engine. As you can see, I have the engine supported, and I was able to pretty much unscrew the mount support, the support that the mount sits on. There's one bolt here and there's another bolt here that removes the front of it, and then, as you can see, I don't know if you could see it right here, that those two holes, those are the other two support bolts. So once you get those two and these two, the mount is free to move, except for the bolts on top of it. To get the bolts on top of the mount, what I did was I used a long extension all the way down the back of the car with a swivel on it. I have a couple swivels, and it sits right on top of it, and then you can turn it from all the way on top of the engine with a ratchet. So I got the two for the bracket, which sits on top of the mount, and then the mount bolt, which goes here, I reached up inside there with a 14 wrench, and I was able to remove it. Once I did all that, it was free, and it was just about getting it out of this space here. And once I was able to drop the subframe, just a word of caution: when I first dropped the subframe, I forgot to disconnect the steering from inside the car, so it kind of got wedged on the edge there, and it damaged the metal a little bit. You can see it right here, but nothing which will stop it from functioning correctly. I just forgot to do that. So just remember to disconnect the link, the steering wheel to the steering rack. And as you can see, it just falls right out, and it gave me adequate space here to just roll the engine mount out here and then take it out. So I hope that was helpful. I found it pretty easy to do it that way. And as you can see, I have the engine mount out there. I'm about to install the bracket on the new mount and then put it back inside, reverse operation. So I'll roll it back into place, and then I'll first install the mount bolt which connects to the engine, just to make sure I have it in the right position when the mount is really free. And then I'll work it back in. Here's the bolt that goes in there. I'll work it back in and get it tight, and then I'll raise the subframe and bolt the bracket back down to the subframe, and then I'll put it all back together, and then we'll see how it runs. I hope this was helpful. I really had this thought in my head. I thought it could work, and it actually worked. So I hope you got something from this video for the next time that you have to remove an engine mount on a 2010 Honda Pilot, a rear mount. I do have to do the front mount. As you can see, the front is supported